Okay, this is a quick review of the Viewsonic G Tablet running a custom ROM. The first thing I gotta talk about this thing is that it's kind of heavy. A lot of people that pick it up are kind of surprised by how heavy it is, but I don't mind it. I'm just probably going to be propping it up and using it for PDF reading. So there's just a couple of things on here. There's a dock port. I don't have a dock, but you can dock it to an HDMI out and Ethernet capable dock. The microphone port is right there. On this side we've got the power and a headphone jack or output to audio. You got a mini USB which you can connect to your computer through a cord. And then what's in here is kind of the good stuff. There's a USB port, so you can directly put in a flash memory card right here, or if you need, you can do a micro SD, which is up to 32 gigs. And that's a nice feature. So let's turn this on. The one thing I noticed about this is that the startup is kind of slow, but with the custom ROM it's a little bit quicker. It takes about 30 seconds to be ready to go. This is running CyanogenMod, which is a custom ROM done in the Gingerbread build of Android. I was trying to use the HoneyComb stuff, but it's just not stable on here. This is a dual-core NVIDIA with 512 megabytes of RAM, and I think that it's just a little bit too much to ask it to run all the stuff that's going on. So I know there's people still hacking it and trying to get the HoneyComb stuff to run on here, but if you want it to be stable, this is the one to do. So it's CyanogenMod number 7. Okay, so this is pretty much it. So I bought this with the intention of hacking it, putting on a custom ROM. The stuff that it comes with is Android 2.2. It's by Viewsonic and it's terrible. You should just throw that away immediately. What's basically happening is that you're running a ROM that thinks it's on a phone, but it's been kind of hacked to work. So it has my contacts and stuff in here, but you can't really call out of this thing. There's widgets on here. There's all types of apps. It's basically for me just a PDF reader. And the nice thing about it is that I don't have to do any weird stuff. I know the iPad, you basically have to do stuff with the cloud only. There's no file system on there. So what I have here are some PDFs. Go ahead and try and open one. And all these apps are free. I haven't paid for any apps yet, so let me see if I can get a better angle without the fan. So this is all I'm going to use it for is PDFs and that kind of stuff, and it's pretty nice. And of course, if you want to read it, it just starts going that way. So I've got a really smooth experience with this. It's a dual core, so that gives it a little bit better performance than a single core chip, obviously. But this has also been overclocked using a custom kernel. And usually this thing runs at 1 gigahertz. This is running at 1.5. So if you test this out, it's blowing away all the phones in performance, and it's on par with some of the new stuff that's coming out that costs twice as much. So it's nice. It's $260. You're getting probably a $500 device, albeit a little bit heavier than you would be used to, and it's not running HoneyComb. But other than that, I need the micro SD slot. I need the USB connectivity. I'll show it again just in case you missed that. So right there is what I needed. And there's some other tablets out there that are more expensive and nicer, like the I like the Asus Transformer. It's got a keyboard dock so that you can hook it up, and that's a battery built in to the keyboard. That sounds really nice, except for it's kind of expensive. So at this point, these are kind of like toys to me. If I was going to actually do some work, I probably wouldn't use this. Any typing on here is really slow, but it's nice for browsing the web. There's the Android market here, and one thing I have noticed is that the market here thinks I'm a different device because this is a hacked ROM after all. So when you update to the new market, sometimes it won't allow you to get certain apps because it thinks, oh, you couldn't handle this amount of power coming through this application. You just have to do some tricks to uninstall any updates to the market, and then you can get right back into whatever apps you need. Not really sure what else you would be interested in. There's Skype on here, but again, it's not allowed to call out. I haven't tried to call anyone actually. I'm not sure if it even works. Yeah, usually you're supposed to hear ringing and all that stuff. It's just not hooked up. So Skype on here does not work, but I don't really use it for calling. It's usually for IMing. There's Firefox, there's Opera, the Pandora app is on here, there's a podcast app. This one's really nice. Tons and tons of podcasts, and there's just way too much to go over. So I think that's going to be it. There's some other interesting integration with Google that I like the Google Docs. You can immediately start getting into your documents, and it's interesting. And I like to test stuff out using this custom ROM because I don't have to worry about it crashing my phone. If the ROM or anything goes bad, there's backups and all that fun stuff. I think the best thing though is Twitter on here is much easier than on the phone. It's just really easy. So anyway, that's gonna be it. And yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. See you later.